Welcome back, everybody, and this is another one of our F-150 videos. In this video, we are actually going to be trying to apply or install some LED lights to go into our Raptor grill. And these panels right here are removable, and we're going to see if we can't put some other LEDs in here as well to increase both the look and the functionality of our Raptor grill. These are the LED lights that we have chosen specifically for their size. It should fit in there quite nicely. Take this thing around here, and that's the idea. But of course, in reverse, hopefully we get find a good way to get them in there nice and secure. So to get us going, we'll actually take off this bottom panel and a lot of other panels. We'll have to remove the grill, obviously, and find a way to install them securely and put the grill back on. And hopefully this all works out. Ready to go, Josh?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. So we had some trial and error happen, and this is what we ended up with. So this is this plastic U-bracket here is what connects the grill to the truck on either side. And here is our light with the hardware attached to the back of the bracket. So I screwed a hole in the plastic and screwed that in there. The problem I had, though, is the hardware that came with this light was way too long. If it went in there, it would hit the metal. And so I found a shorter one. This is actually the sister of it. That worked very well. It was nice and short. And you'll notice that I've got some washers in there. I wanted to make sure the light was as far back as it would allow me because I didn't want it sticking too far out of the hole in that grill. So that is what it looks like from, you know, the side and the back. And what we'll do here, let me go ahead and just kind of pop it into the hole here on the grill. All right, should stick nicely in there. So we'll screw that back in there before we put it on the truck, and we'll seal this up here so there's no holes around it. Make it look as nice and professional as possible. So we'll do the same thing on the other side, and let's go ahead and put it in the truck here as well, just so you can kind of see when I put it in, there's a nice little groove right here between where the bracket connects to the truck, and that allowed me some extra wiggle room to have that screw right here poke out a little bit. So let's put that in there, and wire. Sorry, I'm working with one hand here. There we go. Ta-da! So that's what the end result will look like as far as where it's going to be placed in relation to the other lights. So, all right, let me get that back off there. So we'll put that bracket back on. We'll get it cleaned up, and we'll do the other one there as well. And we'll do all the wiring next. All right, we got them in their sockets, and as you can see, we've kind of got this rubber seal going around the light on both sides. It's not really supposed to be an airtight or watertight seal. I just did it to kind of make the, it's more of an aesthetic, so it covers up those gaps when you look at them in the front. Here's a look at them from the front, and it's pretty flush right here, but it does protrude right here a little bit. Look at this one right here, pretty much does the same thing. And now you can see kind of why I put that rubber seal around it, just to kind of cover up the gaps so it doesn't look cheap when you look at it straight on and can actually see beyond the light there. All right, let's go ahead and do the wiring next. Okay, we are ready to test the wiring here. So we've got all the lights in, and we've got the wire set up. Before we put this back into onto the truck, I want to make sure that everything works before I put everything in its spot. So we got this all set up. Got that splicer going on right here for this one. And I got the on-off switch right here, which will be actually in the cab, but for now I have it right here so we can test this out. So here we go. Please work. Got a light. Okay, do we have it in both of them? We step over here. And we do. Looks really, really good. Cool. All right, got them on both of them. Yeah, it looks like it's working. So let's go ahead and put this thing back together. All right, the project is complete, and the lights are in. They look relatively well. Let's go back here. Now it's daylight, obviously, and I'll have to kind of show what these look like in the nighttime, but I tested them actually last night, and they are just as bright as my brights are. So it was pretty cool. So it's definitely a success. But I'll try to turn them on here anyway. This is kind of a good angle to look at them for. Definitely add a cool upscale look to your F-150 for sure. Just went in the cab and turned them on. But you can definitely see these guys are pretty darn bright. Very nice. So here is the wiring harness. Goes to the positive and negative. Have it attached right here. The wiring harness, the wire that went to the cab was way too short. I had to find an extension because I wanted to go around the engine, not over the engine. So it actually goes around underneath this, all the way down here, and then just follows the other wires down here into the cab. Now under here is where the wiring comes through, and it was kind of a fun project to get it through that, but it does go through that right there. Just pull that out and then pull it through where all the wires go through, and then pop it back into place. Now the wire that turns it on and off is actually right here, temporarily, because I wanted to add some other lights to it. So it's just a temporary thing right now that it goes right there. All right, so I'm in front of my house here. It's pretty dark outside. Let's go ahead and take a look at these things. So turn off my fog lights. Those are the fogs that go off and on there. So those are my normal lights. I'm gonna go reach down and turn on the LEDs. Very big difference. Look at that, big difference. So let me turn those off. I'm gonna turn my brights on. So those are my brights, right? Pretty bright, obviously. Let me turn these other ones on. Super bright. Turn off my brights now. And those are the LEDs. So, pretty cool. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video of the install of these LED lights on the Ford Raptor grill. I'll put a link in the description below on where I found these if you're interested. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.